Good evening. It is Monday, September 18th, 2017. My name is Jacob,
And I'm Danielle.
and we are the Proteus Podcast. Ideas in all shapes and forms.
You know that moment where you're like, oh man, I set a timer to make sure that we record the right amount of time, but not too much. But you're like, oh, did I turn off the ringer?
Oh, man.
No,
Did I
I'm pretty
turn
sure
off the ringer?
there's like a podcast of us recording where we're like going, and then we're in the middle of something, and then I'm like, dear God, what was that?
Dear God, what was that? Uh, there's actually an amusing XKCD recently about trying to turn your phone's volume down when you're fixing to watch a video.
Oh yeah,
And it's like you're turning it down, but it's turning down the ringer, and then the video starts, and now you're turning down the video, and then all this ridiculous graph, and it's like and then it's from an advertising company says our ads make sure to say their company's name in the first 500 milliseconds of the ad. That way, people in the other room can hear our brand name before the user turns the video down.
It's like crap cheese.
Yeah,
Nothing
crap cheese,
else.
and then it's or anything like that. But it's very true. Like you're turning it down, but it's turning down the ringer because the video hasn't launched properly yet, and then all. It is a little infuriating. Someone needs to do some work on that.
I also have to say that the 5 second skip an ad option on YouTube is the best,
Yeah,
right? And I love seeing like different companies' attempts to try and get people not to click next.
yeah.
Right?
The one that gets me lately though is apparently, and I don't know if it's just the browser I use these days or what, but sometimes on embedded videos from YouTube, right?
Yeah.
The ad will play and it won't give you a skip option. And
Oh,
it's mostly those bloody damned purple mattress ads that are like 5 minutes long.
yeah. That is the person who uploads gets to choose that.
That is horrific because
Yeah.
on it,
They're
you know what happens? I refresh the page until I get a different ad. Because until I get one short enough to, or sometimes it won't even load an ad after a couple refreshes. It's just I'm not watching a 5 minute mattress ad.
yeah.
Ever.
It's people trying to monetize their content.
If there was a 5 minute long mattress ad on television, I would change the channel and not go back.
Did you see there was there was a YouTube video about how the purple mattress people sued this YouTuber?
Yeah,
For
that
giving
reviews
them a bad-
mattresses for a living. How did
Yeah.
you get into a gig like that?
Well, you start a YouTube channel.
I was like, I'm going to review mattresses for a living. I have a ridiculous amount of disposable income, so I'm just going to start buying mattresses and reviewing them until people start sending me mattresses for free.
Yeah, what was hilarious about it is that purple mattress ad
Yeah.
played before I watched that video.
That is hilarious and really sad.
But yeah, I'm
Yeah,
like,
I actually ran into that video watching a video about a guy that evidently more or less single-handedly closed down a really shitty headphone company with
Nice.
his review. Yeah, it was kind of a fascinating thing. It seems like this company's been doing this for years. They play themselves as like a successful Kickstarter with these wireless earbuds that are horrifically bad, and they're like $300, right? And they
Ugh.
sell them to people, and they made the mistake of like trying to buy this guy's review for their headphones, and he wouldn't have anything to do with it, and ended up putting up like this 30-minute video of like the whole process. Like I tried to get these headphones to work for over and over and over again. Spent like a week trying to review these headphones that wouldn't work. And then it all comes down to like, we'll give you $500 if you'll get a good video out by Thursday. And he just like, no. And and then he told the whole story. And like their website's gone, and like their Twitter and social network things shut down. And so apparently they might have tried to relaunch as a different name again, but like the company just gave up after that. Like, never mind.
Yeah, it's like, well, we booched that one.
It's like apparently they'd gotten a lot of money out of a lot of people. People had ordered these headphones,
Oh, I'm
spent
sure.
real money. But this guy was having nothing of it. It's like, yeah, I don't need your $500.
I have integrity. I bet you I make that much money off the ad revenue off my YouTube video.
Yeah. Anyways, it's
So-
fascinating though.
Shall we move on to topic?
Absolutely.
The Defenders.
Yes. Here we are, Marvel Cinematic Universes part umpteenth. I forget.
Yeah.
We've been doing this for a while.
And we have the second official gathering of heroes. We have the Avengers.
Hooray!
And now we have the Defenders.
Hooray!
Now I will say this before we get into this. If they did a TV series or a web series on Netflix or whatever of the Great Lake Avengers, I would watch the living tweedle out of that.
The Great Lake Avengers? I'm sorry, what?
That's the Great Lakes. The Great Lakes Avengers are the hero group that Squirrel Girl belongs to.
Oh.
It's pretty much like Hero Rejects. It's amazing. Yeah. So, that being said, I have to give the Defenders a pretty good review overall, with one exception.
Okay, let's hear the exception.
Well, let me tell you. I'm going to tell you the characters I'm glad to see and the parts I like to see, and then by omission, you can probably figure out what my least favorite is.
Okay.
Right? Stick was awesome.
Yeah.
We got more Daredevil.
I really, really liked Stick. I was upset. Oh, by the way, spoiler alert. God help you if you haven't seen this already. It's been like a week and a half. You've had plenty of time to watch. What is there? It's like only like 8 episodes, right?
Yeah. It's 8 episodes.
You can binge watch that on a Saturday. Come on.
Yeah. It's great seeing Daredevil. I love the Daredevil character.
Yeah.
I love Matt Murdock. The bringing back of Elektra made sense, and it was awesome.
And yet remained completely infuriating.
Okay.
That character bothers me.
Really? Okay.
I think it's
we'll
by design, though, so that's fine.
Okay.
It's a particular type of moral ambiguity that drives me up a wall, and I think it's obviously, it's written that way, but I find the character frustrating because of that. So in that frustration, I have to give the writers props. You did a good job.
No, I think that you're right, and I thought that she did really well playing that moral gray of Elektra Nachios.
It's not even like it's a dark white, not even a moral gray. It's such a weird thing. That character archetype, which it kind of has become an archetype that's been done before in movies and television now. Like this truly infuriating female character, you're just like, come on, please, why? All the way through their character arc.
I loved getting me some more Jessica Jones, Luke Cage playing off of.
Right.
I felt like I actually wanted more of those two.
Yeah, I thought that was good.
Mainly, I love those two characters, but I love their interactions.
I like their interaction. I didn't like Jessica Jones by herself much in this for some reason. The character felt a little bit different.
It felt a little bit rushed.
Yeah, a little bit too much of
scenes.
F the world. It didn't quite follow on right from the series, I felt like,
But I think that they filmed a lot of Jessica. I don't know. I have the feeling that they were filming part of this while Jessica Jones was being filmed.
Maybe, because it didn't feel like it hashed with the
continuity.
ending of Jessica Jones there, quite right.
Right, because at the end of Jessica Jones, it's like she's checking her voicemail and like people are getting help, and she seems to be more open to it, and I don't know. There's a bit of in between that was missing out.
Yeah, something didn't quite seem right there, but I did enjoy her in Luke Cage.
I loved Madame Gal.
Yeah, Madame Gal is where it's at.
Honestly, Madame Gal and Stick, I would love a show with just those two.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be great. Like, they team up to do old people badass things.
Absolutely.
Sigourney Weaver as Alexandra Reed.
Yeah, another character
who villain.
one of those infuriating characters by design.
Yeah.
Like you're almost like dumbfounded, like how frustrating they are.
Yeah, I agree, but I think as like a Kingpin replacement.
Yeah, they did in one of the preceding things. They did tease the return of the Kingpin, though.
Oh yeah, he's gonna come back. I mean, he has to come back because they're already filming Daredevil 3,
Yeah.
season 3.
Oh, that's good. Good.
Return of Foggy Nelson and Claire Temple and Misty Knight. Let's just call off some supporting characters.
Oh,
Colleen
excellent.
Wing.
I was surprised we didn't see the lawyer.
Foggy?
No, Foggy's boss.
Oh, she was there. She has like in the first episode a small cameo where she's like, Jessica, we're worried about you, blah blah blah.
Right. I'm
she's
thinking
like,
of a different character.
She doesn't
Hang
have
on.
an interaction directly with Jessica. She has an interaction with Foggy.
Yeah, I gotta cycle back around. I'm thinking of a different character.
Okay.
So give me a little bit.
That's okay. I loved the return of Bakuto because I thought Bakuto was a great villain from the Iron Fist show. Thought that he was great. The return of Trish Walker. I like how they had all the supporting characters in like the one police room for a while, but none of them talked to each other.
Yeah, that was good.
So yeah, there was so much. I loved the introduction of the other members of the Hand that were around.
Yeah,
like
they finally brought the whole Hand together and it made sense, which was neat.
Yeah, like Sawande. Like I would watch a whole season with Sawande being the main villain. Too bad he no longer has a head. And the one guy, the guy who did the taxidermy or the Seeking Hearts, he was a little weird, but I liked him too. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess it was Hogarth. I just am misremembering. I would have liked to see a little more of that character, though. Carrie Ann Moss's character.
Yeah, I agree. Carrie Ann Moss's character would have been a little bit more of that. Would have been great. And
so I'm going to go with... But now I think you've given me enough vowels to, by omission, you weren't really happy with the Iron Fist again.
Oh man, Stick put it best. Behold, everyone, the Iron Fist is a thundering dumbass.
There you go. That's just like they need to stop circling around him being a tool.
Like he is. He's a complete tool. He's an idiot, and like, I'll tell you my number one problem with him, beyond his character and how he's written or how it's acted. Charlie Cox, who plays Daredevil, before Daredevil had no fighting experience.
Right.
His
and yet
choreography scenes are amazing.
Right.
Iron Fist fighting scenes are the worst.
And we're talking about a character that's like been raised since he was 10 to be a badass fighter. And he like...
And I understand that Finn Jones has like no martial arts experience, but okay, whoever you are that casted that, shame on you.
Right.
B,
and at this point, they should have him trained up.
Right. And there are scenes where he punches someone and his fist or kick is like a foot away and the person goes flying backwards.
Yeah, it's not...
It's so bad. And then the character itself is just so piss poor.
Yeah, I don't understand how their handling of this at all. Like, we went around this rosebush 1,000 times with the review of the Iron Fist. It's like, come on, this guy's supposed to be cool. Try to make him cool.
Yeah, and I will say that some of my favorite scenes were like the Luke Cage, Iron Fist scenes where Danny Rand says nothing.
Yeah.
But you got like like I thought, aside from disliking that character completely, the scene where him and Luke Cage are fighting is pretty awesome.
Yeah, that was all right.
But
It's pretty good.
overall, I think they should kill him and bring in another Iron Fist.
Something.
I mean,
Have him go through have him get trapped somewhere and go through a period of a rapid character transformation. You know,
yeah, like
you can MacGuffin your way into having him be a decent character.
yeah, and have this guy like truly like learn how to do some basic martial arts.
Yeah, it's like he would have. Because like Jessica Jones admits doesn't know how to fight. You know, she just gets by on her brute strength when she has to, and it works. And it's like they're trying to do the same thing for Iron Fist. It's like, except he's supposed to know how to fight. It's very weird.
Yeah, and I just want to dump on Iron Fist for a minute before we like go on to the things we like.
Okay.
The last fight scene with Iron Fist versus Elektra.
Yeah. Again, with the Iron Fist getting the shit kicked out of him.
Yeah.
By this person that just remembered how to fight after actually being dead versus this guy who's been training his entire life.
And then it's like, dude, you know that your fist is what opens up the door, right?
Don't turn it on.
Like 3 episodes of don't go near the door, Iron Fist. Don't be a thundering dumbass, Iron Fist. What does he do? He's fighting Elektra. He ignites the Iron Fist. And then what does she do? Pushes his fist into the door.
Yeah. It's dumb.
It's so bad.
Yeah,
it's irritating.
He's the worst. One thing I would like to call out, though, that I've appreciated through the whole thing was the little callbacks to like the comic book costumes and stuff.
Oh yeah,
like how Luke Cage is always wearing like a yellow T-shirt or a hoodie with a yellow liner. Just the yellow somewhere on him to call back to the costumes from the comics.
Yeah,
I think that's really it's really smoothly done. Like it's not overt and obnoxious or particularly silly looking at any given time. It's just like a guy that happens to like a mustard yellow shirt, and it works for him.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I
and
agree.
like the Daredevil using Jessica's scarf as his mask and whatnot. I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah, that was pretty great. Oh yeah. Also, that's the other thing too. I thought that Daredevil was amazing. I thought that the Matt Murdock character, like I actually care about his struggle with whether or not he should have put on the mask or not.
Yeah.
I liked it. I dug it. It's like this is a person who's actually trying to rebuild friendships, who's trying to get a life straight, who's trying to put things behind him, and doing a pretty good job at it. But yet still has these urges to like do him, and which also makes me think that Foggy and what was her name, the reporter's name?
I can't remember.
Michelle, Jerry, I don't know. The girl, the part who was their secretary in the first Daredevil season, like they're terrible friends.
Yeah.
For not supporting Matt Murdock.
Kind of.
They treat it like it's an addiction.
Yeah.
Like he's on meth. It's like, are you using again? I mean, put on the mask again?
Karen Page
is
the character played by Deborah Ann Woll.
Yeah.
Yeah. Treating it like an addiction is which I mean kind of works, kind of doesn't.
Except, Matt Murdock also trained from a very young age to be a fighter, to do things, has created his own code, and not the, somewhat like how the Iron Fist should be.
Yeah, like fact, treating it like an addiction is kind of weird because it's, I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess it's just
odd.
the writers setting up a black and white universe where they need it to be, where they want, someone to be against him doing this. But, what he's doing, for the most part, he does good, except, it can cause problems at the same time. But it's really, yeah, you're right. It's weird that they don't support him at all in doing that.
Yeah, it's awkward. I'll say it. It's awkward that they're just like, nah. And then there's like the instant guilt when Foggy delivers the suit. It's like, I think I just sent him to his death. Like,
yeah,
it's
I think some of it is they might have got themselves stuck writing wise. It's because they set up this whole dynamic where like hurting people for any reason ever is bad, right? In the earlier shows.
Well, I think that was like more. We were complaining about that during the.
Yeah, I mean we've gone over this a whole bunch,
The Iron Fist. It was Iron Fist.
Yeah, in Iron Fist.
Where that message was really coming across, and Claire was like the extreme opposite of what she had been in the other shows.
Yeah, they created that dynamic in the Iron Fist and with Claire, and it kind of leaked into some of the other ones a little bit. And so now that you've set this whole thing up, except all the characters you set it up with kind of back down from it. So you've got to have someone that's saying, hurting anyone ever, even if they're terrible, horrible, murderous, rampaging people, you can't hurt people. Which is, I don't know, apparently the hill they want to die on for this thing, the hurting people is bad, okay, thing. I don't understand. I don't know why they had to try to write that into a comic book show about people that kick people's asses. It's like, we're going to make this be their main foil, or not even foil with the word, the main problem they have is, well, I have to hurt people to stop bad people, but they're bad, so is it,
And that was the thing. The only place
most vigilantes really aren't all that torn up about that.
Right, and the only place that rarely came across was from from Daredevil's friends.
Yeah.
The Claire definitely didn't give Luke Cage any gruff.
No.
Like, she was like, what are you gonna do? And he's like, I'm gonna lay low. And then he goes doing that. She just kind of chides him a little bit for like staying low for like a day.
Yeah. Like, I don't.
It's
a weird dynamic to write into this story.
Yeah, I didn't necessarily need that subplot.
Yeah, it just doesn't fit, completely with. Like, it feels like something that should have been resolved a long time ago in the previous shows. Mm-hmm. And now the people that are there are either totally against it and on the outside or with it, but to milk that micro plot, there we go. Subplot can be a micro plot. At this point seems just unnecessary and tedious.
So, did you like the return of Turk?
Turk.
That guy is like the good luck charm of the Marvel's Netflix shows. He's the grunt, the bad guy of the grunt who's always like selling guns or doing something illegal, and like every single hero beats him up. Yeah,
I thought that was all right.
He got a nice keg bath. I don't know. I like Luke Cage's way of handling things.
Yeah, just let's get some stuff done.
All right, so let's talk about your contentious part here. You have feelings about Elektra, and how that wrapped up.
Well, I mean, I can understand why they brought her back in. It's all that.
Kind of have to.
And like I said, important. The character itself is written to be frustrating. Because she's, like you said, like a moral gray spot. I'm not even sure it's a gray spot. This is, at best, chaotic neutral, leading towards chaotic evil.
Oh yeah, she's totally like chaotic.
And characters like that are really frustrating to watch because you're like, I need you to have something resembling a motivation for what you're doing, and they're just like, whatever, I'm this, and like
I think I
There's a lot
think
of
part
it
of it.
depends on the viewer's personality type, I suppose. It doesn't necessarily gel well with everybody. You're just they
And
find that kind of attitude really frustrating to be around.
I think part of that also plays into that they had 7 different directors for this season.
Yeah, that's a little weird.
I mean, like, I don't know. Give me one director, give me one unified vision,
Yeah.
and go from there. How do you feel about the ending?
I was a little confused
Which part?
how it is that uh, Daredevil survived.
Oh, well, because they were filming season 3 already.
Yeah.
Kill him.
Like,
And also there's like no payoff of like leaving it alone as if he may be dead, because it's been known that Daredevil 3 has been filming for months.
yeah, I would have liked something loosely resembling an explanation instead of him just waking up in a monastery.
Oh, well.
Loosely resembling an explanation.
Loosely, they kind of give it, but you have to be a comic book person to
See
get
that,
it.
that I'm coming in this from the other direction, so I don't get a lot of these things.
You know how they're like, they call for a nurse? Like, tell Maggie that he's awake.
Right?
Maggie is Daredevil's mom.
Oh, that's confusing.
I know, it's going to be awesome.
Man.
But I like it though, because that pretty much guarantees that Madame Gao's alive. And honestly,
Yeah, she the way she disappears into the shadows really early in the fight. You're like, oh, Madame Gao is totally in the next one.
Well, they do have that part though right before everything comes down, where the one hand, the Murakami, is like, "Oh, what's happening? What is this?" And she's like, "It's the end," and she's just standing there as like the world's coming down around her. I'm like, God, Madame Gao is so awesome.
Yeah. And like the thing I like about Madame Gao is they've hinted a lot of times that like her going everywhere with a cane is literally just is like the special effect. I'm missing the word here.
Yeah, like it's kind of like Gene Wilder.
Well, it's like in The Prestige. It's the act that you put on all the time to cover up the real trick. Right?
Right. Yeah.
And that she and that she's probably just as badass as any of them, if not more so.
Well, and there's like that point where she's like, the Iron Fist is like charging up his. That's another thing too. When is this guy gonna get his chi straight?
Yeah.
How many times is he gonna be like, I'm gonna hold my fist in front of my face and act like I'm constipated?
Yeah, like he should be able to just turn it on and off at will, and we've seen in the footage in the other thing, like there's been an Iron Fist that could use both fists.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
I really expected a little bit of an upgrade for him.
Yeah, or like at least do that cool thing he did at the end of the season, where like exploded a whole room.
Right, and you get that a little bit whenever like he's like charging up the fist, and then Madame Gao is like, she drops the cane and she's like, whoosh, and then they like, kind of rebound off each other.
Yeah,
and like half the room falls down. But also, did they completely forget that this dude can heal people?
Yeah. What's up with that?
Like, I mean, come on.
If all the characters like keep getting, all the other ones keep getting better at their powers and things, and Iron Fist is like going backwards. Eventually, he's just gonna be a dude with a yellow glove, orange glove.
Yeah, but I think that Madame Gao is definitely alive.
Yeah.
And at least she better be. And
she really better be, because I'm excited. I was sort of surprised they didn't have any cameo by the Punisher. Like,
I know, except for the end.
Really?
The very last episode, at the end of the credits, there's a Punisher teaser.
I must have blinked or gone to the restroom during that. I'll
Yeah.
have to go play that back.
There's let's see here. Yeah. So there's that. Danny Rand like taking over the mantle of defending Hell's Kitchen. God, I hope that doesn't last long.
Yeah.
I'm looking for my quote because I lost it. And yeah, I think overall I'm looking forward to the next round of Marvel shows minus the Immortal Iron Fist.
Yeah, they've got a lot of work to do to make the Iron Fist be worth watching again. Like, you know, a seriously good showrunner and, you know, better writing and develop that character to not be annoying. Because, I mean, all the way through, we went over it, and we're going over it again now. All the way through Iron Fist, it's just mainly him complaining. Like, I'm the Immortal Iron Fist, and I will defeat the Hand. And then he did that halfway through the show. It's like, I'm the Immortal Iron Fist, and I'm destined to defeat the Hand. So, fine, we heard you the first 900 times. Come on, guy. Start showing it up. You're actually doing something and not just wandering around with a confused look on your face.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, come on, Marvel. You got this. We everything else has been good. We believe in you.
All right. So, with that being said, how jaded are you?
Today?
Uh-huh.
I guess 7. 6.
What's
6.
7?
5.
6?
5? 5.
Are you sure?
Yes. Wait.
Yes.
Oh,
what?
Definitely yes. 5.
Okay. Mine, I have to do a work thing that's gonna take a long time tomorrow.
Oh, yay.
6? I'm at 6.
You.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it'll get better.
Got a quote?
I do. Hang
Good.
on. This quote is attributed to Banksy, but that may be apocryphal. If you get tired, learn to rest, not to quit.
Okay.
I like that.
I like it. It's okay.
Do you have a quote?
I do. It's stick.
Stick.
The Immortal Iron Fist is a thundering dumbass.
The Immortal Iron Fist is a thundering dumbass. Well then, if you like what you heard here today, feel free to follow us on Twitter to be notified when new podcasts are posted. You can also subscribe to us on on Stitcher, iTunes, Google Play, and other places fine podcasts are purveyed. I don't have a list.
I'm sorry. I had a cat here who tried to assault us.
Hello, cat.
You can also follow us on Twitter at Proteus Podcast or send us an email at proteuspodcast@gmail.com.
All that being said, I've been Jacob.
And I'm still Danielle.
And we have been the Proteus Podcast. Good night, everyone.